Well, well, well.
Wow.
Let me just say, hey y'all. Yeah, I have no idea what me and Matt just went through,
Man,
but happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Matt. How was your Christmas, Matt?
man, my Christmas was it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Didn't do
yeah.
much. I just
Mm-hmm.
laid around the house, was
Know
lazy.
that feeling. Know
You
that
know,
feeling,
I got
and
up, cooked breakfast, and then laid back down. Got
right.
up, made some enchiladas,
Okay.
laid down, got up, took my daughter to the airport. She flew back
Right.
to Chicago on Christmas.
Mm.
I really hated to drive to DFW. Hated to see her leave, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was a real chill day.
That's good. That's good.
My
Yeah, I
sound
kind
is
of did the
echoing.
same.
Is it echoing with you?
Just a tick. I've heard it. Just a tick. Not much.
Okay.
Stable connection though.
So, man, tell me, how was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. Um, quiet. Small gathering here at the house, and good times just doing what we do: eating, sleeping, playing games, watching TV.
Did you
People
put a tree up
sprawled
this
out in
year?
different rooms. The girls came over and put one of the trees up. So
I
yeah,
didn't put one up.
yeah, we did that. That was all I needed. Yeah, and the best part of Christmas now, believe it or not, and nobody liked doing this in the beginning, is the fuzzy, warm, soft, cuddly pajamas.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we first started that, my wife was always on me. All right, we gotta take a Christmas thing onesie. I got onesies that say "Best Dad," all these different pajamas every year she wanted us in. I used to just hate it. And now it's like I bought this fuzzy hoodie thing here a few months ago before it got cold.
Mhm.
It's like this is the best thing since sliced bread, right? And
That's
all
a
of a sudden,
snuggle.
it's a snuggle. That's what it is. It's like this is the only thing I want to walk around in now. So Christmas brought on my desire to just be in, snuggle clothes all day long and do nothing if I feel like it. Yeah, it was good though. Well, as you guys can see, our format is a little different, just based on some interesting technical problems that we had earlier. So we
Yeah.
apologize. A lot of you guys probably missed the start of this, and we'll have to catch it back. A few of you may figure out that we are still live and come back in, but either way, we apologize for that mix up. But the information will ultimately be there, and that's what really counts. So, what we're going to do is a continuation of last week's show, which was about smartphone rules for our couples. Now, we
Mhm.
mean that in the sense of people who, consider themselves a couple, be they married, be they, boyfriend, girlfriends, or partners, so forth and so on. We live in this day and age of the smartphone, which is everywhere. It's at dinner with you. It's in the bedroom. It's in the bathroom, and all these different ways that we either think is or either okay not to use them. And so there was a great article out there that went over these various um, points that could really improve a couple's relationship when it comes to their smartphone use. And so we jotted those down and broke them up into a two-part series. I did the first half last week, and Matt's going to do the second half this week. And we're going to simply read through these questions. Some of them are questions, others are just, a statement followed by a way in which you might want to address that. You can agree or disagree, and more importantly, we'd love to hear directly from you. If there's some things that you do with your partner that keep you guys grounded when it comes to your smartphone, please share those with others. I think everybody is searching for a way of doing that and not damaging the relationship. So, Matt, You want to dive in from your smartphone and do the
Yeah,
smartphone rules?
why not?
There you go.
Well,
There you
here we
go.
go. Uh, number 11. Of
Uh-huh.
course, you know that Uncle TC did the first 10 2 weeks ago. So we are on number 11. Don't make a habit of walking away from your partner to answer phone calls. Your partner will perceive you are hiding something or having an affair. Love
There
is
you go.
about perception. And I used to struggle with that word perception
Yeah.
because people would always say, perception is reality.
Hmm.
And I now understand it as whatever your perception is, that's your reality,
That's
but it's
correct.
not my reality.
That's
But
correct.
to this number 11 here, this could make to me, TC. I tell you what. Let me just be honest with you. This sounds more like a partner that's insecure, and it also sounds more like someone who just started dating,
Yeah.
or it could be someone who has had trouble in the past with this particular issue. And so
Hmm.
now it is not safe for you to make a habit of walking away from your partner to answer the call because your past um, has gotten you in trouble. And now your spouse is thinking that, what is he
Yeah.
hiding, or is he having another affair?
Right.
I think for a couple, say for me and my wife, we 15 years in, you and Connie was 40 years in. I
Hmm.
think if you guys were sitting at the table taking and a call came through and you said, babe, excuse me 1 second, I need to take this call. I don't think Connie would be thinking that you're having an affair. She knows your
Hmm.
business. She knows what,
Hmm.
what your career, what you do. Same for me. I don't think my wife would be thinking that I'm having an affair. But I think more just out of respect, I think you shouldn't. Maybe not even answer the phone. If it's not an emergency, don't even answer the phone. You don't want your spouse to think that you're having an affair because as this thing says, that love is about perception. What's your take on it, TC?
No, I think I agree wholeheartedly with the things that you've mentioned, and that at the end of the day, perception is both reality, and people judge everything from their place of perception. And so,
Right,
contrary to what may be really happening, the
right.
way you make it look all of a sudden becomes what it is. And so, why subject yourself to that if you know that in advance? So, I think this is a great one to share with people. And if they read it and soak it in, it's like that makes a lot of sense because
Yeah,
everybody wants to be stress free. But if you're not careful, you can bring some stress into your life.
right,
Yeah.
right. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Well, number 12. After the date and you don't live together, brothers, call her up and check on her. Tell her
Mm.
you got home safe. Sisters, send him a text thanking him for a wonderful time. I think that's just plain and simple. I don't know if
Mm.
it even needs to be expounded on. I can tell you this, man. I remember when Nita and I were dating before we got married. Listen, I don't think she even got an opportunity to get in the front door before the phone was ringing. As soon as she get out of the car, I'm calling, hey, because I want to be on the phone with her when she walks in the house to make sure
Yeah.
she's safe. Nobody's in there. So I think, after the date, you don't live together, call up and check on her. And then sisters, send him a
Same.
text message as well, thanking him for a
Hmm.
wonderful time.
I think it used to just be baseline stuff. The reason it pops up now is because we've gotten so far away from just baseline stuff. That's just how you took care of people.
Yeah,
That's how our parents courted and all of that.
yeah,
So baseline stuff that you think people are just doing,
yeah,
they're not doing. So all of a sudden it's now that's like a big deal.
yeah,
Checking on you to make sure you got home.
yeah,
Sounds like common sense, but no, not
yeah.
necessarily.
Yeah, I think it used to be, as you said, our parents, that's how they dated. And it used
Yeah.
to be like that. I think the dating game has changed.
Oh boy, has it.
It's
Yeah.
just totally different now,
Yeah.
You got women who are just as tough as men, and you got men who are soft as a woman.
Yep.
And the game has
Everything in
just changed
between.
now.
Yeah.
You know the old saying, chivalry is dead.
Chivalry is dead. Yeah. I always
Yeah,
debunk
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I don't think it's dead with all of us, but with many of
Hmm.
us, we don't really go about really checking on each other and taking care of each other
Well,
like
that's
we
back
do
to the
now.
conversations that we had earlier about um, being in gratitude or doing things that
Yeah,
are that can be considered that. And you're talking about opening doors. Once
yeah,
again, that's a chivalry thing, and
yeah,
as long as you do it, chivalry isn't dead. But as you can see, for some people, that's like a major big deal.
yeah,
That's because we as a society have just stopped doing those baseline cordial things for people. So,
yeah.
you
You
know,
know what? I mean, if we took it a step further, the way we courted and dated, when we dropped our woman off at home, we got out of the car and
oh
walked
yeah,
her to the front door.
oh yeah,
We didn't just pull up and let her get out and go in the
yeah,
house. We walked her to the front door.
yeah.
I don't know if these young guys are still doing that now. I think there are some that were raised by some old traditional mother and father that's probably still doing that.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
I know my mom used to always say, tell my sisters, you don't let a man pull up to the front of the house and blow his horn. He needs to
Hmm.
get out of the car and come to the door. And so,
Wow.
yeah. But number 13,
Okay.
unless it's an emergency, when you can't reach your partner and you probably know he or she is at work or doing something, don't keep calling and texting desperately. You'll only look like a nag to your partner, and that'll make your partner detest phone contact with you. Relax, take it easy. They're at work. Your partner will see your missed call and text. Unless it's an emergency, don't just keep blowing up the phone
Yeah,
because that's irritating to me too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
think a lot of that may have some of that overtone of, yeah, but did something happen in your past
Right,
that makes me do that, right?
right.
So until you answer that question, yeah, I hear you, and I think everything there is spot on. But for that person that's carrying some damaged goods around, they just looking for an opportunity. Yeah, because back in the day,
Yeah.
did that. So ain't wrong methods.
Look,
Yeah,
ATT, or else you guys had some heated fellowship and
heated
someone hung up the
fellowship.
phone in your face
There
and you
you go.
blowing that phone up. Yeah,
Let it go. Just
yeah,
let it
yeah.
go. And don't come in the house talking about, hey, want me to get the trash? Want me to get this for you? Want me? Oh, wow. Did you notice it got up to 75 degrees today? Wow. I was trying to keep the peace.
Right,
Your
right,
Honor. I was
right.
trying to keep the peace.
Uh-huh. Apologizing without apologizing.
I apologize.
Babe, what would you like to eat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Number
gosh.
14. When you see a missed call or a text from your partner, please call back or reply as soon as you can. Put your
Hmm.
partner at ease.
Hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Especially, man, when you're away from each other, I- it's just good to make that phone call back, man. When you see a missed
Yeah.
call or a text from your partner, just
Yeah.
call back or shoot a quick text and say, "Hey, babe, such and such and such," or "I'll give you a call in just a second." But what you
Right.
don't want to do is ignore the text or ignore the missed call. Because the other thing is, I got a friend, man. He keeps his phone on silent,
Mm.
and his girlfriend complains about it. And what she said, well, what if it's an emergency and I'm trying to
Mm.
get in touch with you? Your phone is on silent. I can't get in touch with you. I gotta call Anita or Matthew if it's an emergency, and they have to come check on me. I can't get in touch with the man who's supposed to be my protector. And I
Mm.
think that's just for me, that's foul.
Yeah, right
That's
there.
foul.
That's tough.
I do my absolute very best when my wife calls to at least call her back or send her a text message and let her know, hey, I'm in the middle of something. And as
And
soon
I'll
as I'm
be
done,
there.
I'll give you a call. Did you need something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think another one that, easy thing to say, but just so many less people do it. Um, and also an easy task to practice so that you don't let your imagination get the best of you. Why isn't they calling back? And what they doing that they can't? This becomes our thing with a missed call. I'm calling you. Why aren't you answering? What you doing? Where you at? That's so important that you're not. Or your mind is racing. And so if you have the power to not even let somebody's mind race up like that, then do it. Phone
Hmm.
rings. Yeah, babe. Says, oh yeah, I'm waiting. Such. Okay. Okay. All right. Boom. That's it. I just talked to you. I just told you what was going on, and that's it. So
Hmm.
we need to take those shortcuts more often. I don't think we do that enough. Keep the
Hmm.
peace.
Absolutely. You know
Same
what,
as
man?
putting your
All of
partner
these
at
phone
ease.
rules actually is about keeping the peace.
I'm noticing that.
Every last one of it is about
I'm
keeping the
noticing
peace.
that.
If you want to have peace in your home, peace in your relationship, that's what these phone rules are about.
And
You
that's why they
absolutely got it.
probably hit a little different for each demographic that is
Right,
hearing this,
right.
right? It hits a little different for you for a 30-year-old than a 40 and
Yeah.
50s and 60s. You talk about peace, make 50s, some of y'all 40s, in your 40s already like, look, nothing is more valuable than peace.
Hmm.
My peace, your peace, peace in the house. Again, if
Yeah.
you ain't feeling that in your 40s, you will be in your 50s, 60s, and 70s. Trust me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no, that's good
Absolutely.
stuff. And I'm all about ingesting any, you know, suggestion somebody got about how to keep some peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always.
man. Yeah, because you know what? It really, TC, as you said, peace doesn't really become important to you until you get a certain age.
Mm-hmm.
In your 20s, everything is chaotic, anything. And we
Mm-hmm.
function on chaotic stuff. Matter of
Yep.
fact, in your 20s and 30s, we function on dysfunction. That's what we do. Once
Wow.
you start hitting that late 40s, 50s,
Yeah,
man, you start everything calms down. Because you can't run as fast as you used to run.
that's right.
And you want some peace. I love I
Okay.
love being in my home, man. My son had to come home and come stay with us a couple of years ago. I hated it.
Yeah,
I was
because it ruins your
glad that
peace.
God had blessed us with a home that he could come home to, right?
Sure.
But I tell you what, I didn't like not 1 minute of it, man,
Yeah, because
because
you
it
finally felt what
interfered
peace
with my
feels like.
peace.
Yeah.
I don't like to have to correct grown people. You know what I mean? Because it disturbs me. And
Yeah.
I don't like that. But peace, man.
Yeah.
That's what this is about. Let's go ahead.
Peace.
Number 15, save your partner's phone number as an emergency number to be contacted in case something happens to you and your phone is locked. Let's see, save your partner's phone number
Mm-hmm.
as an emergency number to be contacted in case something happens to you and your phone is locked.
It's
Well, if
the
my phone is locked,
ICE.
how would they get into
Yeah,
my
so
phone to?
you don't have to. When you designate that phone number in your address book as an ICE number,
Yeah, that's how mine is in my wife's phone. It says
that
ICE.
number will come up no matter what. So somebody picking
Uh,
up your phone will be able to get to you because you chose for that to be an IC in case of emergency type number. Yeah.
now, does that work with all phones?
Most phones, Apple, Androids, both do that. So yeah, most
Oh,
phones.
okay. Well, my wife is pretty smart. Then she sure has my name in her phone.
You doing
Yeah,
the
I see.
ICE tab. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
It's all good. They can pull you up. They know which one is you.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
That's
This,
good.
okay. want to say something real slick, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Uh-uh.
All right. Let's see. Number 16. Avoid fights and arguments over the phone. Whew. They are difficult to manage and leave a bad feeling when you hang up, thus negatively affecting how you two relate.
Yeah.
Talk about serious issues that are volatile face to face. Man,
Been there with some of that.
you know, I want to say sometimes this can be unavoidable, but I think we can we can avoid whatever we want to avoid.
Yeah, I agree.
We
One way
really
or
can.
another. One way or another.
Yeah, yeah, we really can. It's just that when when uh, when we at that level of the highest level of festivity,
Yeah.
we're not trying to wait till we get home.
Yeah.
I need to get this off my chest right now.
Right now.
Yeah, yeah, and I expect you to hear me out too. But
Yeah. Not
I
good.
think it can be difficult. I tell you what's real difficult is when you're trying to argue through texting.
Crazy.
Ooh, man, I'm talking
Matt, the
about
younger they
long
are, the
texts.
easier it is for them to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
just
it ain't no big deal.
yeah. Because I tell you what, if we're gonna argue, I would rather hear your voice than to read a text.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But again, as number 60 is saying, that can be difficult to manage, and it leaves a bad feeling when you hang up, and it
Yeah.
negatively affects how you two relate, especially if you haven't learned how to argue. Because I think there are some rules to fair fighting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's got to be some rules, and if you arguing and even whether it's on the phone or face to face, if you arguing and you hitting below the belt, um,
You gotta be called out either way.
yeah, either way, yeah. But again, I think it's better to talk about issues that are volatile face to face. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That way you can see my facial expression.
Yeah.
You look me in the face, you know that I'm pissed off.
Don't forget this look.
You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
Um, good
Yeah.
stuff. What
All
else we
right.
got here?
Well, number 17.
Mm-hmm.
When your partner offends you or you two aggravate each other, never
Mm-hmm.
refuse to pick up your partner's phone call. That only makes matters worse. Keep the line of communication open so that you work things out. If you can't talk at the moment, I'm sorry, if you can't talk at the moment you are hurting, just pick up the call and say, I can't. This is what you do. You pick it up and you say,
I
I don't
can't
feel
talk
like
right
talking
now.
right now. That's not what it says, though. It says you
It's saying
pick
something
up
to
the
that
call and
effect.
say, I can't talk right now.
This is you're
And then it
hurting.
says your partner will understand.
Oh,
Really? So I guess some will.
yeah, some will. Some will. Yeah. That ain't gonna be a good day. Okay. But no, 100% agree. Like with all the other things, this too is about trying to keep a good open flow of communication in order to keep peace. And they do tend to boil down to the same reason why we do the why in these statements. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the reason behind the why.
Yeah. I think the key to this, man, is to really try to calm down before you return a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think if I'm hot
Yeah,
and I immediately respond, my knee jerk reactions, that my first reaction, TC,
yeah.
is always wrong 100% of the time.
Wow.
That's why I got to take a minute. Let me step away and calm down and really think about what am I adding to this to make it worse than what it already is.
Right.
So I try to take the time to, first of all, let me back up, let me look in the mirror and really check myself before I make this phone call to try to check
Yeah.
my wife.
Yeah.
Because that first reaction is It's not good, man. It just make
And
matters worse.
it's the most powerful though. That's the one that you want to do more than anything.
Yeah,
So yeah.
absolutely,
Mm,
absolutely.
yeah, man.
All right, number 18.
What's mm-hmm.
Uh, Inform your partner when and why you need to turn off your phone when you two are apart. Keep your partner from worrying. Yeah, I mean, you can be in some situations where you're asked to turn your phone off. There are some situations where, you know, it may not be right for it to be on silent or vibrate. And they want it to be off, but that seems kind of old though, because I haven't been in an environment like that in a long time where they said you have to turn your phone off unless you're on a plane, you know. But if you have to turn it off, yeah, you want to let your partner know why. Maybe just shoot a quick text and say, "Hey, I'm in a such and such meeting. They've asked us to turn the phone off. As soon as the meeting over with, I'll give you a call."
Got it.
All right. Number 19. When you two are having fun together, it is good to celebrate your love online. Wow. But don't post too much about your love life.
Mm-hmm.
Some things are best kept private. The world doesn't have to know every detail of how you love each other. Kind of self-explanatory, but I think some people do go overboard on these social media sites, uh, professing their love for each other. What do you think about that, TC?
Um, same. I think we are really not giving enough thought to how we respond to these things,
Mm-hmm.
which has tendency, as we can see, get us in trouble. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, because without that comfort level of understanding between the two, there's always going to be some things that come back and haunt us. And as we talk about all the time with couples, the most valuable thing in being a couple is your ability to communicate. Without it, you have no future. Um, and without mastering it, you definitely don't have a long future with an
Right.
individual,
Right.
because it will ultimately unravel anything that's loose. So communication is so important. So important.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
And I mean,
Yeah.
that just leads right into the next one. When you two are having problems, don't vent about your partner directly or indirectly on your social
Yeah.
media posts. Yeah, you got to be 12 years old to
Now
be.
you would think, but there are
Yeah.
people who think like that and live their lives completely out over social media, which is the dumbest thing you will ever do in your entire life. And some of them do it, believe it or not, out of just frustration at the other person. I'm so mad I want to put you on blast that I'm stupid enough to be putting myself on blast with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm over here disintegrating uh, our previous relationship and just putting all kinds of stuff out. Just I've seen multiple people do. I've seen people who did it that I was shocked that it was them doing it.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, like wow, are you really? Not
You got
cool.
to be about as immature as I don't
And these weren't
to
immature people either. It blew me away. It really did blow me away. Um, and I'm just talking about this group of people. So I'm saying, yeah, everybody can be affected by it. Um, but most times, though, these are vindictive people as well.
yeah.
So
If we live together, why would I go to social media?
right,
Yeah, I
and
just
all of
that's
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
yeah,
And for anybody who has experienced that or you're doing that,
yeah.
um, I'm not saying that you are crazy. That's not what I'm saying. So I don't want you to take it like that.
Mm,
But if you are doing that, um, don't put your business out there like that. don't dog each other out on social media. Nobody needs to know how you feel about your spouse via social media. Because the other thing is this right here: you never know what person of the opposite sex is checking your husband or your wife
Mm,
out and been looking for an opportunity to slide in. And so now they see that the two of you are beefing. So now you got somebody in your DM call themselves trying to comfort you or counsel you when really they're trying to slide in because they catch you at a
yeah,
vulnerable moment. So it's just not, it's not safe for your relationship to be venting on a social media post about how pissed off or mad you are of your spouse. That's not good. If you really want your relationship to thrive, if you really want to be successful in it, don't do that.
yeah.
Don't do that. That ain't healthy at all.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got four more, don't we, TC?
Yeah, that's still on my. Oh, I got another page down here. Bam,
There it is.
and the FOMO. I'll take these if you
Yeah, go
want.
ahead.
And then we'll kick that around a bit. So the last four in our 24 rules of smartphone rules for couples is rule 21. You know, don't let your partner get news about you from social media, likes, and online friends. Tell the news to your partner first, then post it. In other words, when you're in a relationship, your lifestyle is now shared with someone else.
Hmm.
So the things that you're going to post or position or talk about or pictures and content that you're going to share, it's not 100% yours anymore. So this is just a matter of having some social decency by saying, "Hey, hon, I know we just got back from Aruba. I'm gonna go on and post all those pictures." First of all, my my late, what you wasn't posting nothing. She didn't okay. She'll go through your phone and tell you not that, not that, like delete it. I don't even like that you have that on there. So
Hmm.
most women are gonna kind of go through that with you, but you need to, to not let others find out those things, and if so, you want to be able to have already had that conversation because you guys spoke and said, "Hey, this is what we're doing."
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
All
totally
about
agree with
peace,
that.
Matt. We hit it earlier about this thing. This whole thing is about peace,
Yeah,
having peace in them relationships.
yeah.
If your partner tries calling you, but your line is engaged, explain who you were talking to. If someone calls you when you're with your partner, say who it was, and transparency and clarity enhances trust. Those are so true, right? So
Mhm.
if your partner tries to call you and you engage in another call, what is it saying? Cut it off at the legs. Don't even let nobody's brain run with who. You say who. Hey, I'm
That's right.
talking to Frank. Blah 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 blah, and I'll call you back or whatever, whatever. Same thing. If someone calls when you're with your partner, say who it was. Out of
Right.
transparency, you take the call. Hey, Frank. Yeah, blah blah blah. Y'all talking 5 minutes. Okay, all right. Appreciate you. Hang up.
Yeah.
Your partner shouldn't have to drag out of you. So who's Francis? Who's Fran? You should be like, I don't think you know her, but that was Fran. That was such and such and such and such. I found when I did it first, it was quick and easy, wasn't no big deal.
Mhm.
If I just didn't acknowledge something, then she would say, "Who was that? How do you know them? Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah." And again, we weren't no kids dating, so a lot of ours was, "Oh, okay, that's the end of that." Y'all got
Mhm.
all the kinds of reasons. Somebody see you on somebody's social media site, or somebody see you liking somebody too much and all that. But here, once again, is a simple rule for trying to keep some peace in your relationship.
Absolutely.
Very simple rule.
Hey, as it says,
Transparency
transparency and
and
clarity
clarity
enhances trust.
enhances trust.
Yeah, that seals the deal.
Remember, it is both your roles to communicate. None of you should be feeling he and she is forcing a conversation or is doing much of the talking. Communication takes two. We know this, but we have a tendency to not remind ourselves and others of it. Because once again, without this, nothing happens. Is the air in your lungs, it's the blood in your veins. If you're not communicating or able to communicate, no relationship can be formed or built.
Yeah.
And again, once both parties understand how important that is, honoring that and making sure that everybody feels comfortable should only help your conversations, not hurt them.
Here's a question for you, though, TC.
Yeah.
With both of us being communicators,
Mm-hmm.
that statement, none of you should feel he or she is forcing the conversation or is doing much of the talking.
Right.
Have you ever found yourself doing much of the talking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those situations. Number one, it depends on the kind of conversation I'm having. Is it corporate? Is it simple, some small business stuff? Is it some personal stuff? And a good communicator knows you should never want to be talking more than anybody in the room.
Mhm.
You should never. A good communicator knows that communication is not how much you're talking, it's how much you're listening. And when I listen, my ability to communicate back to you and address issues very precisely and to have given those things thought because I've listened and heard you makes me now this amazing communicator. So it's not about how long you can talk or who gets to talk the most. And when you find yourself talking too much or that you left a group of people and you did most of the talking, you need to make future adjustments to where that time is shared so that you are analyzing, listening. That's how you gain knowledge, not talking.
So I think that what you said is true, is correct. But I think it's easier practiced in a corporate environment than it is in your home with your spouse.
That's probably true because we get
Yeah,
a chance to amplify things when we get home.
right.
So you're right. And that's probably where it would be more of an issue and struggle is in
Right.
a personal environment, not corporate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I say that because even after 15 years, man, I still uh find myself doing much of the talking, and I have to, check
Yeah.
myself, be quiet.
Yeah.
Cause my wife is an introvert, and uh she don't do a whole lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have to check myself because if I've gone 5, 10 minutes just going at it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how much of that did she really hear? 10 minutes of
Yeah.
it. If I'm 10 minutes, I mean, it's just like in a church setting. I think if a pastor preach more than 30 minutes, he's gonna lose a lot of the people in the congregation. That's too long.
You're done.
You're
Yeah.
done. Yeah, you go past 30 minutes, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that same thing applies in a relationship, but it's not 30 minutes. But if
Yeah.
you go at it 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes, you've been talking too long.
Too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too long. So
100%
yeah,
agree.
but I like that to listen so that you can absorb what's being said, so that your
Absolutely.
response will be. My
Spot
my my
on.
brother-in-law said you ought to be able to say uh, what needs to be said with the least amount of words,
Yeah.
and it still be just as impactful.
Yeah. I've
So
always wanted to be a man of few words
few words,
when
yeah.
it came to, yeah, everybody knows TC, da, 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 but when you come to me for advice, it ain't no long, deep, to get all under the hood conversation. It's you need to do boom, boom, and boom. All right. All
Mhm.
right. That's it. Yeah, we're done.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Because you've been on this side long enough to just read an individual and just give them what you need. Just here's the meat.
Yeah.
Right. We should.
Yeah, that comes with age too, though. I think
Comes with
as we
maturity
age,
and
we get
age.
older, we hitting these late 50s,
Yeah.
60s. That's when we become a man of few words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because
we've lived and we don't really want to go through that
that's
long
right.
process of trying to explain all
That's
this to you.
right.
This is just, hey, I'm
Let's go.
done.
That's
Yeah.
it.
And
It's
whatever
so
you say after, whatever the person you gave those few words, whatever
yeah.
they have to say after that, it
Yeah.
don't even matter.
It don't matter because
'Cause
I'm
I already
done.
told you.
When
Yeah,
I'm done, I'm done. All right, on to
yeah.
the next thing. Like, let's go. This getting older thing ain't bad because I
Oh,
can laugh at the statement because I'm living it. That's
yeah.
how I live now. I ain't gonna be tripping and stressing. And nope, we're just not gonna do that. You know,
Yeah,
period.
TC,
And you
I
can't
find
hurt my
myself doing it
feelings.
I do it with my kids now, man. Where I used to, I mean, I have a thesis, man. I'm
Mm,
and now I say what needs to be said,
mm-hmm.
and I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And look, and when I finish, if we're on the phone when I finish,
Yeah.
I said, all right, now I got to get off this phone. I'll talk to you later. I love you. I'm finished. I said what I have to
Done.
say. Done deal.
Period.
Yeah.
I hear you. Let's hit this 24. Again, all about respect for the most part, which is what all of these rules seem to boil back to. But number 24 is put away the phone when your partner needs your undivided attention, especially in the bedroom. Don't be the intimate uh, holding your phone more than you hold your partner. Yeah, I think that every couple can speak to how big or small that is in their personal lives. That one varies quite a bit. And most importantly, 24 only happens because you let it happen. So, that's one that each couple's list would probably drive very differently. It's like, if you're not giving me undivided attention, you won't have to ask. You don't have to worry about me asking again. That's kind of the world that we come out of
Yeah.
eventually, and so that kind of takes care of itself. But yeah, it's all the way back again to allowing everybody to build confident rules between the relationship that kind of hold the relationship sacred in some way, and that's why we practice these things, because we want to preserve something that's good.
Yeah. Imagine kissing your spouse and looking at your phone at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know
That's
how you
crazy.
do it.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
I know when
crazy.
my wife and I, man, we would go out on dates and I'd be sitting at the table, looking at my phone and talking to her at the same time. And when I look up at her, I see how annoyed she is. And she would say, "Can you put your phone down?" And I'm like, "Listen, I know how to multitask. I can talk to you and be on this phone at the same time. But this woman was asking for my undivided attention, man. And I'll be honest with you, man.
Did you
It
get
took
to
me
it?
a while to get there because it really used to frustrate me that she would ask me to put my phone down. My response was, "Hey, I'm grown."
Absolutely.
And but it took me a minute to get that. It really did.
Yeah.
It really did. But yeah,
What's the good
put your phone
stuff?
away, man, and
Hey,
give
there's
your
so many
spouse your
places we
undivided
can go
attention.
with that one where we've heard it.
Yeah,
There are definitely times and places for this device,
yeah,
and it is like anything else. It's a great tool if you use it. It's
yeah,
a horrible tool that becomes a master if you don't. So don't let it rule you, rule the phone. And by as a byproduct of that, you'll rule your relationship in a much better way.
yeah. Especially in the bedroom, man.
Well, now I don't even want to go down that road because I was just trying to think of what state are you two in, your physical state of being, to where a phone can supersede something. So
Maybe they're
let's
recording, man.
hey, if the third phone fell over there, okay. But Come on now. Like, y'all having issues because somebody in the bedroom with the phone? Y'all shouldn't even be together then. Shouldn't be together. So
Yeah,
now, come
man.
on, don't play. You got bigger things to fry if that's what we talking about. You got phones in the bedroom. Something been
Yeah,
gone. Y'all been
yeah,
have some issues, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's been the pacifier. No,
Yeah,
it's good. That was good stuff, man. I'm glad we had a chance to do that second half. We,
yeah,
like I said, we apologize to you guys who may have caught us a little bit in delay. We had a significant computer crash with Matt, and so
yep.
we had to scramble and change some things around. And so glad we got him back in, and we'll take care of that later. But a good show in the fact that we had another a part of this that we had already done and felt so you know, passionate about doing the second half. And so I'm glad we got a chance to do that today because it lines up so perfectly with the front, which
Hmm.
lines up with, at the end of the day, these rules are about having peace in your relationships.
Yes, Lord.
We make it about the iPhone, we make it about the Android device, but what it is really talking about is how do I maintain peace in
Peace.
my life and in my relationships via this thing, this device. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And it's Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
That piece.
Want some peace, man. Nothing like peace.
Nothing like
I'm
peace.
59.
I'm
Love
learning
some
it every day.
peace.
I'm learning it every day.
You know,
Something
I say,
different.
listen, I used to tell my wife, I said, listen, I have hell at work, hell at church, hell in the streets. I want to come home to some peace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have to. When people come to visit us, man, they be like, man, your house is so comfy and feels so peaceful. Yes. And you need to hurry up and leave before you disturb the peace.
Because you about to disturb the peace and the groove up in
You
here.
know, hurry up and get out of here.
I've been told that as well. And I tell you what, my late wife was um, very intuitive about people saying no. Anybody couldn't be up in the house.
Yeah.
And she could feel, you know, very well in terms of someone's character and behavior, and
Mhm.
she didn't have good energy about you, you wasn't
Yeah.
coming back up in here. You came in here once, that had been it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolute.
No,
Absolute, man.
good stuff.
Thank God for that, man. Probably
Yeah.
saved you.
Oh, I already know, bro.
Yeah.
Whole lot of stuff that I wasn't built to see like that. So did it.
Men are not built to see a
That's
whole lot
true.
of things that women see.
That's true. That is
And
true.
we will argue tooth and nail about it too, as if they're
Yeah.
wrong. And we
Yeah.
don't get it until what they were trying to tell us
Has
happens.
transpired.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've
yeah,
I've had a couple of incidents to where even had I not had that experience and I had less than that experience, would have been worse, you know. But
hmm
thank goodness we're not, and continue to try to do better.
yeah, man. You got to, bro.
Try to do better.
You got
All
to.
right, sir. Well, we're gonna shut this one down. Again, I want to thank you guys all for coming back and joining us for this part 2 episode. Go share a friend, let them know that the recorded broadcast is available and that they can check out basically, part 2. But you could also just go back and start with part 1 and work your way right through it now since they're both available. So really
Hmm.
appreciate that as well.
Hmm.
I want to just say again, Merry Christmas and now Happy New Year's. Enjoy the time that you guys have before we're really back to work full time. And most importantly, get yourself set up to enjoy 2025. Here's the
Yeah.
time to detax your mind and just shake off 2024 and then get you a clean board and start saying what will transpire in 25 and get head on into the future because tomorrow's already gone. So
Yeah.
definitely sit down and get your past, present, and future plan in place. This is a
Yeah.
good week to do that.
That's right.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. Well, Maddie,
Yes, sir.
if you good, I'm good.
I'm good, man.
We'll work on your devices there next week as well. So we should
Yeah, man. I gotta get me one of them snuggles you wearing, man.
Bro, I'm gonna shoot you this link. This thing is when I tell you, I can just you know how you got these little things around your house in each room. It was like I'm wearing mine, so I could go anywhere, anytime. You might catch me sleeping in the hallway. I just be done rolled up in a chair, just because I got my snuggle on. You know, I'd be sitting in the kitchen,
And the thing got a hood on it, huh?
and oh, it's got a hood, boy. What?
Oh yeah.
This hey, when I get
man.
done, this is my flow when I go downstairs.
Yeah.
I'm like this, and all I gotta do is roll over and curl up. I've been trying to be in this mode all week. I ain't trying to go nowhere. This is it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot you a link too. I got the link.
Yeah. Shoot the link, man.
And yeah, get a couple of them. As a matter of fact, I gotta get some. We gotta get some logo stuff. I wanted my friend to make some stuff for us.
Yeah, man. We need some T-shirts, man. You know.
Yeah.
Tea conversations, man. That'd be good.
Yeah, let's definitely finish.
Start putting this stuff out online. T-shirts, hats, man.
The whole nine. So
yeah,
we definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
All right. With all that being said, once again, you guys have a absolutely wonderful New Year's Day. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas Day, and I hope 2025 is one of the best years of your life. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, love you, man.
Love you too, man.
All right. Yeah, have a good time. We'll talk to you soon. If we can find out how to leave you. That's the way we like it. All right, y'all take care.